Hey, this is Francie with Created by Francie, and I thought I would take you along to Michael's with me today. So I was trying to figure out if I needed to go to Michael's, which I don't really need to. I just ordered some of that yarn everyone's been talking about at Joann's, so hopefully that will be in, and I'll put it in this video before I close this video out. But in this video, what I would like to talk about, we'll go to Michael's and pick up some yarn that I don't need. Oh, I forgot to bring this book. I'm going to show you a book I got for Christmas, and I meant to bring it so I could pick out some colors, but I'm sure I have colors to get started with that. I've done some chickens. I've finished the tiger, lovely, finally, and I'm working on some manatees. And I'd like to kind of show you how I attach parts. It's not my favorite thing to do. I always seem to be off. They don't ever seem to be symmetrical. And so that is frustrating. But going shopping always puts me in a good mood. And I wish it didn't, because then we see it as a way to make ourselves feel better, right? Anyway, but I have a $10 voucher with Michael's, so and their yarn is on sale, buy one get one 50% off, so I might as well go and get some yarn at a discount. And I will also tell you how I got the yarn at Joann's and for the price that I got, because I will not pay the $11.99 a skein. And so I'll let you know the price I got that yarn for as well. So stay tuned. Let's go to Michael's. So here we are. I really want to do something with this. I've seen the big blankets, and I've seen somebody actually make amigurumis out of this. So I don't know, but I just keep getting called to it, but it is expensive. But it's on sale, but not today. So here's the Sweet Snuggles Light, which is one I like to use. They have actually, most of their colors are here. There's the gray. I found this really deep gray that I like. I've been making manatees out of it. I'm going to show you those. I don't like the thicker ones. Well, who knows? It depends on how big you want your plushie, right? I guess I could make a big sea turtle. We're having a, what is this? Clearance $5. We're having our grand opening for the store I put my stuff in, and they're having, what is this? Clearance $5. Oh, I need to check this out. If this is true, maybe I do need to get some of this, but I don't know which ones are on clearance. But, I'll have to figure that out. They're probably all gone. Anyway, we'll pick up some yarn here. Maybe I'll make a big sea turtle for a prize. She wants to give away prizes. Sorry, I got distracted by the clearance sign. She wants to give away prizes, and I'm going to give one of my manatees and probably a sea turtle. But I could make a big sea turtle with this. Very interesting. There's other Bernat over here, and there's also this loops and thread. That looks like a deep brown. I haven't seen this color. This would be wonderful. I don't know what the color's called. CHS 15, but it looks like a deep brown. You can't find very many browns. But I don't, oh, there's my deep gray. See, I'm gonna definitely get one of these. See how, I love how dark this gray is. I've been making manatees with this. So I would definitely get that one. All right, well, let me shop and I'll let you know what I end up with. Look at these clearance. I'll show you what's tempting to me is this one. They're $2 on clearance. Look at that. But this is so hard to crochet with. It's one of those that you can't see the stitches very well. But with it being on clearance, look at all the different colors. Oh, it's so tempting. See this one right here, this would make a cute little chicken. Actually, I could I combine it with other yarn. I gotta think about this. All right, I think I'm gonna break down and do it. I saw this and thought this would make a really neat turtle shell. But of course I can't find a deep green. I really want this green right here, but I can't find it. So right now this blue is the closest I can get to match to make the legs and face. And I tried it with like a gray. I didn't like that. I didn't like the off-white. There's a brown, but I don't know that I like that. But it would look good with that one. So they just don't have the green I'm looking for. They have this light green, but it's not right. I really like this blue, but not with this. That blue I like. All right, so I guess this is it. We're gonna try and do a big turtle. So at this point, I have to find the correct hook. Now, it calls for a size 25 millimeter. Ah, that's huge. Let's go look at the hooks. All right, so here's the hooks. This is the 25. It's huge, but I'm wondering if I should do the 19. Probably get both to see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get both hooks because I gotta try them out to know which one's not gonna leave holes. Usually with Bernat, you can actually, I crochet with 6.5, I think, with Bernat. With the regular Bernat, the 6. I use 6.5 with this, and it calls for an 8. So we'll see. I think it'd be cool to make a big sea turtle. All right, so let's just go over this here while we're at Michael's. I did go ahead and get this clearance yarn. This was $2 a skein, and I got one of every color they had. So that one. And my plan for this is I will use another yarn to crochet with it. And I know I've made an octopus with this. I've made a teddy bear with it as well. So we'll just see. And of course, I already showed you this, and I got this for the body. As I was checking out though, I'm thinking this is probably not gonna be enough to make the head and 4 legs. So that's my biggest fear, because when you think about this is $12.99, right? So I got one for $12.99, and then I got another one for half off. So that's a lot of money for a plushie. So if I were to spend money on this to charge somebody for this plushie, it would be rather expensive. We'll see how it turns out. I may use it to donate for the awards for the grand opening of the store, but we just gotta see. And then of course I had to buy the big hooks, but now I have them. So and then I got some more grays because this was on clearance for $5. I got a blue to do the shell, and just more grays and blacks down there. I'm planning on doing some whales and dolphins, so I need those colors. But I did like the apricot. It was $5, and then the blue I got in combination with another one. You know, I got one was 10, one was 5. So not too bad. I think I spent $80. So more than I wanted to spend. I usually spend about 50, but I got some hooks, which I usually don't do. And then I also got these little dowels. I'm going to use these like I do knitting needles to try and hold things in place while I sew. So I got some shorter ones, and I also got some longer ones. They're actually sucker sticks. So I was looking for dowels and they didn't have it. The thing with the plastic and metal is they slide, and these may slide as well, but I'm gonna try them out. All right. Hey, I wanted to show you some things that I've made, kind of attach it to the video I've already started. And of course, I've made some more chickens. And these didn't come out as big as I thought they would because I'm using bigger yarn. But I think when I made one big chicken, I must have modified the pattern to make it bigger. But I mean, they're still cute. And these are for somebody who wanted some bigger chickens. I finished the tiger, and I'm gonna have to put a picture up because I left it in Tennessee to be given to my nephew. And some other things I wanted to show you. Hang on, I want to show you a book. So you know I got this book, but for Christmas I got this book. So I haven't tried anything yet. And I want to try and make some of these with plush yarn and see what happens. So got that to work on. And I don't know if I showed you this book that I bought. Dragons are big this year. It's the year of the dragon. So that you're going to see a lot of dragons. But these would be huge. I don't know. Okay, so I've been working on manatees. So here's one. You see it's not finished, right? And all these parts. So you see all these parts that got to be sewn on. And that's my biggest frustration. Not biggest. I'm not big on sewing parts on. I can't do it very well. It always seems off. And because you go in a spiral, the sides really aren't even because it's in a spiral. Everything's in a spiral. So it's hard. Even when you do rows between rows 6 and 7, it'll still look off. But practice, right? So this is one manatee, and this one, the nose is going to be here and the arms here, and then of course the tail on the bottom, which I modified to something else because I didn't like how they did the tail. And then I have this manatee. So this one is like the long body. It doesn't have many parts to sew on, just these two. So I've got to get those centered on each side and sew those on. All right, so that's another manatee. And then the third manatee I've tried is this one. This one's from Club Crochet. The first one is from a pattern from Etsy, and the second one is from a YouTube video. I'll try to post all the links. Now this one is more realistic. I honestly don't know how they get this shape, but if you will look at a manatee, you'll see how this looks like a manatee or a sea cow. And this was done, I forget his name, but I'm a member of Club Crochet, and they have free patterns if you're a member. So I guess it's not free. And this is one of the patterns for their endangered species. So this just has 2 parts to sew on. So I got to get those sewn on. I've also been working on a crab, but that's in a bag somewhere. But that crab has got a lot of parts. And then I showed you my trip to Michael's, how I bought this yarn right here for $5. And unfortunately, there's not enough of this yarn to do 2 turtles. So you got $5 invested into this. I might be able to make some octopuses with the leftover of this yarn, but yeah. Now these parts are easy to sew on because there's a hole there that you stick it in. So that's not too bad. This is by Rose and Lily Crochet. She has a video, but I also buy her pattern. And then I take the head, and I've got to attach the head in the middle. So I don't know how people do things on video, because it's hard to do it on video the way you would normally do it. So what I've been using are these plastic knitting needles. So you get the head lined up as best you can, and then you're going to stick in some of these needles to hold it, and see it's not right, so I'll have to do it again. But the needles will hold it in place, and then I can go around and sew the head on. And it looks a little off, it looks tilted, but again, it could be the spiral, I don't know. But that's the nice thing, is you can redo it and try to line it up, you know, that perfect line up. Now, some crocheters love this part. I guess that looks a little bit better. So I just poke it in there, and I have like 4 or 5 of them. So with something as big as this head, I'll probably use I have 4. I'll probably use all 4 of them. I'm missing a couple though, because there should be a blue and a gold one. So that's how I hold it on, and then I sew it on. I use the technique that I saw on Rose and Lily crochet, but sometimes I watch people sew parts on and they don't really have a rhyme, no reason to it. They're just going back and forth. Rose and Lily had a certain way that she did it, and she would attach it to the bottom and then go through a stitch here and then come down another stitch and then attach it instead of looping it around. So it's just a little different, but I love this turtle. Is this not cute? I love to make these things because they look so cute. Now the store that I'm opening is opening this month, and they're wanting to give away some prizes. So I think I might donate this turtle for a prize. If I sold this turtle, I don't know, it'd have to be $45 at least, because this was $5. It was $10 for the blue, but of course I didn't use all the blue, and I can make other stuff with it. But it'll make a good price. And I could make a smaller turtle, but I'm also going to make, I've already made one with that same blue, and I'm going to do some felt eyes here, and this will be another giveaway too. And one of the manatees I'm going to donate for a giveaway. And I mentioned that I bought some yarn from Joann's, that new plush yarn that everybody's had to buy. I ordered it and I actually got it for $5.67 instead of the $11.99, which I don't think any of us buy yarn unless it's on sale. So that definitely saves money. So I want to close this video out because it's going to be too long. But I'm going to come back and I'll do another video about the yarn from Joann's. I'm going to make an octopus, several octopuses for the giveaway for our grand opening at the new store. And I'll show you my manatees. Hopefully I'll get them all the parts sewn on. This one has a lot of parts. I mean, just the nose or the mouth has 2 parts. So just to give you an idea, I think it goes like this. So you see that, and then there's another part that goes underneath, and then it has its fins, its tail, and you also do some starfish on it, kind of make it, yeah. So it's cute, but a lot of parts to sew on. This is something you would not mass produce. The octopuses, you can mass produce these. First of all, this does not take very long, and you don't have to change colors. There's no parts to sew on. So this is definitely a mass produced one. So that's what I've been working on. I start a crocheting class next week on Tuesday. So I hope to have all these finished to show them some things, and hopefully they'll be able to at least do an octopus, and hopefully move on. Oh, the guy behind me. Remember that yarn I showed you at Michael's, that big yarn? This is really hard to crochet with. And I was going to try to crochet a turtle, but it was going to be massive, and I was going to need to get more yarn. I thought that is just too expensive. So I looked up how to hand knit, and this is this guy. So here's a turtle. It's got 2 feet, 2 feet and a tail. It's a nice big turtle. And they put the eyes on top like that instead of on the sides, and I don't know why, but that's just how the lady in the video did it. I did have to purchase the video for $6.99, and there's a lot of holes. You see these holes? Yeah. So holes, I don't like that. This is finger knitting, but he's cute, especially from a distance. I'm gonna put him in my classroom, and I don't know if I'll try another one. This got really weird up here. I could say it's some barnacles or something. And then that's what the bottom looks like. So this was hand knitted. Obviously you would get better the more you did, and your stitches would probably get tighter. But I don't know that I'd want to spend as much money as it takes. One of these is $12.99, and I bought one for $12.99, then the other one was 50% off, but still, that's a lot of money to invest. but he is cute, and I'll put him up in my classroom. So, all right, I'm gonna end this video. Hopefully I showed you some things you guys liked. I will talk about the yarn from Joann's and make some octopuses with them because I need some, and hopefully show you my finished manatees in the next video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. Subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.